thought, is she back already? She may be coming back today or something. I can't remember. So Julie never replied or confirmed that she was gonna attend. Okay. I know she'll text if she can't find the link or the link's not working.
Yeah, usually she accepts, but this time
She didn't. Okay. So you folks just have to attend parties. You don't have to help organize and cook.
we have to cook. They're all potluck.
All potluck.
And they're all Secret Santas.
Oh, really?
And I guess that's cheaper route than buying a gift for everyone.
Yeah.
But then my sister's like, oh, well, since it's only one gift, I think we should do $50 per gift. And wait a minute, we have lots of parties to go to. Hello.
You here Thursday or? Right now I'm planning to be here, but I'm waiting on, I gotta take my car in, something's wrong with it. So I'm waiting to see if I can get an appointment, and if I get it on Thursday, then I'm gonna have to call in.
If I see you on Thursday, we'll
Yeah.
catch up.
Yeah. Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay.
At the airport before something else breaks.
Have
Have a good night.
See ya. Thank you. You too. Yeah, Secret Santas do help. Although my wife's family gotten past that now. We used to do Secret Santas, but now it's they just have this, everybody brings a grab bag.
Oh, like a white elephant type?
Yeah. And you don't know, what everybody brought, but then there's always one goofball present in the mix. And my sister-in-law is always the one responsible for setting that one up. And so you pick, it's like a lottery. So you pick it. Whoever goes first gets to go, and they can pick whatever they want. And then the next person goes and they can pick whatever they want. Or they can take what the person in front of them took. So you open, you pick your present, you open it. So now everybody knows what you got.
Oh.
So then the next person goes and picks it, and if he or she doesn't like what they got, pick the other person.
Oh. So you don't want to be first.
You don't want to be first. And then whoever ends up with the goofball present, nobody's gonna trade with you.
No.
Sometimes it's a rubber chicken or all kinds of stupid stuff.
Yeah, he wants to host a friends party too if we have the time on Christmas Eve. So I'm like, well, if we're gonna host, you have to think of things to come up with, like for games. I prefer just going to someone else's house who thought about everything.
Yeah, right.
And we just bring dessert from KTA.
Yeah, so the way they do it, I think it started off like $20 and then they went up to $25. So it's not intended to be like something super fancy. Right? So you buy stuff that, hydro flasks, that kind of stuff. So it's fun.
Yeah, my sister, she found this website. It's like draw names. So it's like a Secret Santa type of thing. So you put everyone's names in, you put in the amount of the gift, like the max that you can get, and then they can spend for each person. And then you just draw a random person's name, and then that person, they will create like a wish list. So you can just pick anything off of that list. I was like, oh wow, that's creative. And then now each party did that. I'm like, oh, dang it.
Oh, really? Oh, geez.
But I got my sister and my other half, and I forgot that I had my boyfriend because I was like, oh shoot, I was telling him that, oh yeah, get the most expensive thing, honey. This is your one time to shine. And he was like, no, I feel bad. I don't wanna do that. I was like, $50 is kind of a lot for some people. I'm like, I'm just doing one gift this year. I'm not gonna get you nothing. We're doing Secret Santa. And he was like, oh shoot, okay. And I'm like helping him since we're moving to a smaller studio from our current place. I was like, hey, well, we need more like conservative, not conservative, like pots and pans that can just fit in small areas. So I was like, go for this one, that's $49.99. Go grab that from Amazon, put that on your list. And then once he selected it, added to his wish list, I got an email saying that my drawn person added, and I was like, oh, dang it. I'm like, didn't you want a flashlight a few minutes ago? I think that was a good idea. I mean, there's probably like 3 other Secret Santas that you still have to do. So just move some stuff around without trying to wrap myself out.
Yeah. Hi, Roberta.
Hello.
Enjoy your walk?
Yeah, it was nice.
Oh, good.
The last couple of days have been, well, not yesterday was, but before that, it's been raining here.
Hard to wake up in the mornings.
I was in Honolulu recovering, that week we had that Kona low come in, and Oahu got rain like for a week solid.
Wow.
Really, it was actually very, very heavy. We got soaked.
Oh no, so flooding, yeah?
Yeah. Hey, Andy. Hi, Diana.
Oh yeah, hi Diana.
Andy's here. He's joining us.
Okay. Oh, physically.
Yeah, for real.
Hey. I know.
Hi, Roberta. Hi, Diana.
Gary on.
Okay, so it is. Wow. I think I think we have everybody here, just not sure about Julia, if she's attending.
Yeah, she never confirmed.
And do we need to wait for Gary or Jesse?
Oh yeah, we probably.
Yeah, we should probably wait to see if Jesse gets on.
Yeah.
I think Jesse was gonna join us tonight, not Gary. I never heard from our regents either, or Bonnie.
Oh, that's right. We're not sure if Wayne or Pocky are going to be able to attend, huh?
Yeah. Never heard of.
Oh, I just got a text from Alapaki. Yeah, he'll be right on.
Yeah.
Technology is good and bad. I don't know how we did things before. Just sit around and wait to see if people showed up.
Yeah.
But actually it was physical meetings at the time, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Four. So we got it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. How are things up in Volcano, Diana?
Oh,
Oh, you're on mute.
Nice today. We had
Nice
such
today.
good weather, but it was really great today.
Oh, great, great.
Yeah.
How was that earthquake yesterday? Five
Oh.
some.
It was short and violent.
Yeah.
Really?
I think it must have been pretty shallow, is what I was guessing, because it was really violent and very, very short, but it was just whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
I felt it in heel. They said it's five something.
5-1, yeah.
Yeah.
So I could do without that.
Yeah, I know. You just
It
kind
was
of
1 mile there. It was shallow.
Oh, Wayne's here.
So only 1 mile down. So that is shallow.
Yeah.
Who's joining?
Wayne.
Oh,
Good
Wayne.
afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne. Can you increase the volume? Wayne, we're waiting for Jesse to join us.
Okay, thank you.
And
And
Alapaki, yeah. He said he'll be right on.
Did someone text Jesse or do you want me to text him?
I'll text him.
Okay.
Oh, there's Alapaki. Hello.
Hey, Bucky.
We're just waiting on Jesse.
Jesse just said that Gary is on.
Oh,
He's on a call with someone else on something else.
oh, but he's supposed to be.
I guess, yeah.
So should I wait?
Um, you know what? I think we can get started because we don't really have any action items. It's just information to share. So I think we
Okay.
can get started.
All right. Well, it is 5:05 and I'm going to call the meeting to order. So for starters, for those attending the meeting via Zoom, could you raise your hand if there's anyone in the room with you? Seeing none, for the record, all Zoom attendees were in person by themselves in their respective rooms. So I will now, let's see. Now, let's see, for the record, there were no testimonies submitted, nor any public comments or testimony in person to be made tonight. So I will now turn the meeting to approval of the minutes of the November 7th, 2023 meeting. Are there any changes or corrections to the minutes that were circulated? If not, could I have a motion to approve the minutes submitted?
So move.
Thank you, Diane. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Eddie. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye or raise your hands. Aye. Okay, unanimously approved. So Kahukumauna did not meet this month, right, Greg? So no report.
That's correct. They did not meet this month and they won't be meeting again until, I think it is January 11th. So there is no, we won't have an update until after that meeting.
Okay. So I'll move on to Executive Director's report.
Thank you. And hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, a restful Thanksgiving. Good to see everybody and thank you for making time this evening. I know it's the holiday seasons and lots of stuff going on. As you can see from the agenda, there are no action items on tonight's agenda. We anticipate that 2024 will be busier with some projects that are currently in the queue. But we don't anticipate the load to be as heavy as it was when we were updating our master plan and our management plans and developing our administrative rules or anything like that. There are some MKO projects, as I said, in the queue that we're working with the various observatories to ensure their plans are in compliance, but they're not ready and probably won't be ready to bring forward for at least a month or two. So that actually might be nice, especially during the legislative session, if we had a break, because we're not sure exactly how busy the legislative session this year is going to be for Maunakea. Next item is I wanted to give everyone an update on decommissioning. So for the Caltech Submillimeter Observatory, CSO, all work has basically ceased for the winter, with a projected restart again in the March-April timeframe of 2024. Demolition materials and equipment have been substantially removed from the site or are in the process of being removed. Helco, the next sort of major task in the process is that Helco needs to remove the transformer, which is on the site, and that probably will not occur until next year sometime. As you know, they're pretty, Hawaiian Electric in general is pretty tied up with Maui still. IFA, Institute for Astronomy, will be removing the fiber optic cable, again, likely to start next year, probably around the same time or in coordination with the transformer removal. So right now, everything is quiet on the site with no activity to speak of. We are working, we meaning CMS, are working with our Office of General Counsel and with Caltech's counsel on a termination agreement of the CSO sublease. The form of that agreement is now being worked out between the attorneys. We don't anticipate that agreement to be ready for review either by this body or even internally at UH, probably until January or February. The review will also, that review of that document will also include MK-SOA, the Maunakea Stewardship Oversight Authority review, as some of the terms in that termination agreement, it will extend up until the time or even potentially beyond the 2028, which is when CSO is scheduled to assume responsibility for management. Termination terms do include a payment for CSO's allocated share of future summit-wide infrastructure removal. That is something that we've been wanting to work into the agreements, the new agreements, lease agreements with the observatories. When CSO started the process of decommissioning, they agreed to participate in that payment or in that process. We have assumed at some point, and it may be many years in the future, that all of the summit-wide infrastructure, roads, utilities, and whatnot, would need to be removed. And so this is an allocated share of a 2019 estimate of what CSO's allocated share would be. And so they're paying that up front now. And that will basically go into a separate account and just be held for that purpose. Maunakea, as previously announced, the contract has been awarded. And again, the form of agreement is now being negotiated with the contractor by UH Facilities. We do not anticipate issuing a notice to proceed to the contractor until March or April after the winter months, because they have a limited amount of time in the contract to complete the work. So we have not seen that agreement yet. UH Facilities is negotiating that. But we are anticipating being ready to move quickly once spring comes around. The next item that I wanted to update the board members on is a follow-up to the Ways and Means briefing that CMS provided on November 8th, along with MK-SOA Chair John Komeiji. We reported at last month's meeting that there were several legislative briefings that we've been asked to provide updates on, and the Ways and Means was one of those. UH received a request for information regarding a timeline for the transfer of management to MK-SOA and a listing of all activities UH is working on or has completed related to the transfer. UH's response was submitted on November 27th as they requested, and was distributed to all of you earlier today. So the details of our activities and what we reported can be found in the submittal. Related to transfer, and in preparation for that, Nahua and Stuart Hunter are working on compiling a listing of our real property assets. This is, so the buildings at Haleʻoahu, the roads, the infrastructure, etc. This is requiring a really extensive review, archival review of historical records that go back in some cases 40 or 50 years. So it is no small task. They spent a couple of days the other week, a couple of weeks ago, at Institute for Astronomy in Manoa, going through the records to determine what we need copies of, as well as to sort of piece together the story of how these facilities were built and how they were paid for. Our goal is to complete a draft of this listing by the end of January. It may take us longer just because of how extensive it is. This listing is in addition to the listing of leases, permits, and other entitlements that UH has received over the years, which we have already substantially documented, and we submitted in a letter, couple of letters to the DLNR, and most recently to the authority in August. We have a good sense of all of the permits and regulatory approvals that we've received. So the real estate assets are sort of another piece to that. There are still some other things that Nuhua and the team are working on that have to do with licenses and contracts and whatnot. But we're trying to address the big things, the big ticket items first as best as we can. Moving on to the authority, Maunakea Stewardship Oversight Authority. At their December meeting, the Maunakea Stewardship Oversight Authority Board approved formation of a working group to work on management issues during the transition period. As we have discussed in previous meetings, Board Chair Alapaki Nahalea and Regent Wayne Higaki will serve as UH's formal representatives on the working group. There are some issues in the proposal that CMS will seek clarification on with the working group once they get started. But in general, we believe this is a positive step, especially in lieu of the fact that MKSOA not having any staff yet. It provides a structure for us to better define joint management and to work on work through various issues as may be needed. Clearly, decisions that have long-range impacts are things that the authority is wanting to, and rightly so, be able to weigh in on. And exactly how that's going to work is what this working group is being set up to address. In addition, MKSOA has their monthly meeting next week Thursday. And they are preparing to take action on the formation of another joint working group with UH that will focus more on the tactical stuff like the transfer of permits, assets, and liabilities. I was informed by Chair Komeiji this afternoon that a white paper similar to that which was used to describe and use for approval for the first working group is being developed for this second working group, and it'll be reviewed at their board meeting next week. I have not seen a draft of that, so I don't know exactly what is in that. But I think, once we understand what's in it and what they're thinking, it'll give us an opportunity to identify what may need better clarification. But once again, I think in general, this is a good thing because it provides, as I said, a venue or structure for us to work through some of these issues. Also at next week's authority board meeting, Justin Ye and Kaleo Pilago will be presenting their respective annual reports that they provided to us last month. After seeing Justin and Kaleo's reports last month, John Komeiji requested that they share their reports with the MKSOA board because he was quite impressed. And this will provide the authority the opportunity to deepen their learning about the range of management responsibilities and programs CMS is responsible for and that we actively manage. CMS is finalizing our annual reports to the legislature and DLNR, which I will distribute for your information when we're done. These reports highlight our major activities and accomplishments for the year, much of which you have heard about through my monthly ED reports and our program updates like we had last month with Justin and Kaleo. Our reports also cover issues that overlap with MK-SOA's reporting requirements that they are currently not able to address because they're just not set up and to operate yet. So by reference in their report, they refer to our reports to cover, to update the legislature on those issues that they can't report on. They're not equipped to report on yet. Regarding MK-SOA, I was told that their executive search for an executive director is in active motion. They are in the process of interviewing candidates, but I don't have an update on sort of when that might be completed and when a decision might be made. I think what will need to happen is that the permitted interaction group will need to make a recommendation to the full board, and then they'll have to wait and then make a decision at a following meeting. And then finally, as I shared with Roberta this afternoon, we don't have any update yet to report on as to when to expect a decision by the land board on the TMT start of construction matter. Personally, I don't expect a decision until after January, but it may actually be a while before they issue a decision. So I know there are a lot of people sort of waiting to hear what comes out of that. So with that, Chair, that completes my executive director's report for this month. More than willing and happy to take any questions.
Anyone have any questions?
I don't have any questions. I just wanted to say it was a nice summary. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Okay. If not, so Greg, do you want to make a motion to move into?
If I could, Chair, I'd like to move that we move into executive session to consult. Well, I guess we don't have our board attorney with here.
Oh, yes.
He is?
Mhm.
Okay. Who's that? Jesse? Gary? Okay. To consult with our attorney on questions and issues pertaining to the board's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities pursuant to HRS 925A4 regarding the board's project review and decision-making process in our joint management role with MK-SOA.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Diana. We have a motion and a second to move into executive session. All in favor, say aye or raise your hands. Aye. Okay, unanimous. So we will move into executive session and then return back to the meeting once we're done.
Gary wasn't here.
It wasn't at the beginning.
No, but if he lost trust already. Refer to management authority
So,
in your letter in the italics. It's something that Maunakea Management Authority.
oh, that's how they referred to them. They didn't have the name right. I didn't even notice that.
Okay, everybody's here. It is now 6:23, and I will resume the general public meeting of the Maunakea Management Board to reconfirm all of those of us attending by Zoom. If anyone has someone else in the room with you, please raise your hand. Seeing none, for the record, attendees by Zoom are all individually in their respective rooms. To summarize, we did have our executive session to discuss the relationship and inner workings between the Maunakea Management Board, CMS, UH, and the MK-SOA. There was discussion about or questions about how that will continue. There were no decisions or votes taken, and I will take the meeting back to the agenda. The last thing I have will be announcements. Are there any announcements? Greg or Nahua?
No, I did have a question for the board regarding the date of our next meeting. Our scheduled date of our next meeting is January 2nd, which is right after the holiday. I'm wondering if that still works for people, or do you want to push it off a week? Kahukumana decided they weren't going to meet that week, so they pushed it off to the 11th or whatever it is, the following week. It doesn't matter to me. I just wanted to, I don't know what people's plans are for the holidays.
Diana?
I'm clear on both days, so I'll be fine with whatever you folks decide.
Yeah, I'm actually fine on either day. What about you, Andy? Do you have any plans?
No, I'm fine on the 2nd. And on the 9th if necessary. Either's okay.
Greg, do you have any?
No, I don't have any preferences. Just wanted to check with people.
Yeah, I'm just, I don't know, something's telling me maybe it's better if we pushed it to January 9th. Just because it's right after the day after New Year's.
Yeah.
So if everybody is okay with it, I would like to recommend that we move the next meeting to January 9th at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
For me, I'm going to be, I've just got a letter on jury selection
Mhm.
for federal court starting on the 8th, January 8th. And for those of you that are familiar, it's the Miskey case.
Oh, that
Oh.
will take quite a bit of your time, Wayne.
Potentially 3 to 4 months.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Well,
So-
would you like us to meet on the 2nd?
No. It's just that Alapaki will be here, but it'll just be him.
Wow. Yeah, well, yeah, if it's okay, with everyone, I'm thinking the 9th will make it easier for our families.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, we're gonna miss you, Wayne. You can always send reports or information through Alapaki. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that was the last thing on our agenda, which is the meeting for our next meeting, which will now be January 9th at 5 o'clock. If there's nothing else, it is now 6:29, and I want to wish everyone a happy holiday. So mele kalikimaka,
Yes.
meka haoli makahiki ho.
Have a nice
Aloha.
holiday.